Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Gonna be giving you an update on some more transfer news. So according to Corriere dello Sport, Manchester United are trying to exploit a move for Christian Eriksen. Now Christian Eriksen wants to leave Inter Milan and make a return to the Premier League. Now Christian Eriksen has struggled to adapt to Antonio Conte's system at Inter Milan. Now, he's been at Inter Milan now for almost a year. He has got a contract with Inter Milan until 2024. Inter Milan paid around £17 million for him from Tottenham back in January. I thought Christian Eriksen, though, was very, very good at Tottenham. He was a long-serving player for Tottenham. He endured like 7 years with them. In the Premier League for Tottenham, he made around 226 appearances and scored 51 goals. And he won Player of the Year a couple of times. And before he was at Tottenham, he was at Ajax. The time Tottenham got him, they only paid £11 million for Christian Eriksen. But yeah, like I said, Christian Eriksen at Inter Milan has failed to replicate what he did at Tottenham. He is the age of 28. He's predominantly an attacking midfielder, but he can also be played as a central midfielder. He's been played as a right winger before. He's also played on the left flank occasionally, and he's also been deployed as a second striker. We inquired about getting Christian Eriksen last year, but we dropped out because Christian Eriksen came out and said that he prefers a move to Spain. And he could be available for a cut price fee in January. It recently said that he'd been offered to Arsenal for around £12 million. So that is the breaking news on that. Now, I want to delve into some news on Jadon Sancho. So, Jadon Sancho admits it's been hard for him this season because he's endured a pretty difficult start to the season. Jadon Sancho did recently score in Borussia Dortmund's 3-0 win against Club Brugge in the Champions League. Now, there's still a good chance that Jadon Sancho could leave Borussia Dortmund next year, and it mentions that we're going to go back in for him in January. Now, during the summer transfer window, he was our number one priority target. Dortmund said that they wanted £108 million for Jadon Sancho during the summer transfer window. We wasn't willing to pay what they was demanding, and that's the main explanation why we didn't get him. But it said quite a few times during the summer transfer window that the personal terms had been agreed. It said the agent fees and that had been agreed, but we couldn't come to an agreement on an actual fee. And a few times Fabrizio Romano was talking about the Jadon Sancho transfer saga. Christian Falk from Bild, he was also talking about it a lot. Rashford, he's been talking a lot with Jadon Sancho because they do get on very, very well. But don't forget, during the summer, Borussia Dortmund said to us that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. And we obviously missed out on that deadline. And Michael Zorg and Lucien Favre and that came out and said, Sancho is going to remain at Dortmund, which he did do. This is his 4th season with Borussia Dortmund. I think Analysing the vast majority of his career with Dortmund, he has been consistent. He's still under contract with Dortmund, is it till 2023? Dortmund got him for next to nothing. They only paid £8 million for him from Man City. He did enjoy a couple of years at Man City, but the main explanation he left Manchester City is because he didn't get assured any first team opportunities. And before he was at City, he was at Watford. And he was at Watford from the age of 7 to the age of 14. Don't forget, we was willing to offer him the number 7 shirt. Dortmund have let quite a few players go in recent years, like I've mentioned before. Obviously, they let the likes of Aubameyang go, Christian Pulisic, Ousmane Dembele, Ilkay Gundogan, Mkhitaryan, Robert Lewandowski, Matt Hummels. So yeah, they have let quite a few go. But yeah, that's the breaking news on Jadon Sancho. Like I said though, there is a lot of players on our agenda, and it is good that we are making plans for next year. Like I mentioned on my video I did yesterday, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to make another Bruno Fernandes type signing. Bruno Fernandes has been a fantastic signing for Manchester United. He's one of the best signings we've made since Alex Ferguson's retirement. Fernandes has endured almost a year now at Manchester United. He's scored like 21 goals, is it, in 35 games, and he's provided around 15 assists. Well, a lot of his goals have come from the penalty spot. We paid €55 million for him in January from Sporting Lisbon. I think there was also add-ons included. And he's got a contract with Man United until 2025. Last season, don't forget, he won Premier League Player of the Month a couple of times, and he also won some Matt Busby Player of the Year award, and obviously he plays in that number 10 role, does Bruno Fernandes. But yeah, Fernandes did score twice against Istanbul Başakşehir. He scored the retaken penalty in the 1-0 win against West Brom, and he also scored twice in the Everton game and also got an assist, didn't he? So there you go. Dayot Upamecano, I think we're going to go in for him next summer, because next summer he's going to be available for around £36 million. That's when his release clause does become active. Liverpool also want him as well. The main explanation is because Liverpool have got Virgil van Dijk out injured. He's got a serious injury. They've also got Joe Gomez out, and Andrew Robertson's just come back from injury for Liverpool not so long ago. But Dayot Upamecano has confirmed that he will be leaving RB Leipzig at the end of the season. Bayern Munich have been in for him, but I think it's turned out that they can't afford him now. But oh yeah, I'd take him at Man United. I think he'd go very, very well alongside Harry Maguire. A few weeks ago, it said that we was interested in David Carmo from Braga. We've been interested in that Dan Axel Zagadou from Dortmund. That got mentioned a few weeks ago. It's recently said that we've revived our interest in Jack Grealish. Don't forget we went in for Jack Grealish during the summer transfer window. Villa said they wanted £80 million. That put Manchester United off. And I think we had element of concerns about where he would fit in the team. Jack Grealish signed a 5-year contract with Aston Villa, was it? Before the start of the season, if I'm right. Jack Grealish obviously plays now on that left-hand side. Ousmane Dembele, he's been another player on our agenda. I think he's one of the alternatives to Sancho. We inquired about getting Ousmane Dembele on loan during the summer transfer window. My only element of concern about Ousmane Dembele is that he is injury prone. sustained a few injuries at Barcelona. He's been at Barcelona now for a good 3 years or so. He's got a contract with them until 2022. Barcelona got Ousmane Dembele in a deal worth £135 million, something like that, from Borussia Dortmund. Barca paid, was it 90 odd million pounds up front? I heard that Barcelona have just paid another 4.4 million to Borussia Dortmund. But yeah, it said a few weeks ago that Ousmane Dembele could be available for around £45 million in January. Erling Haaland, he's been another player on our agenda. I think we could go in for him next year. Erling Haaland's got a £68 million release clause, but that doesn't become active until the summer of 2022. It was a shame we missed out on him back in January because he would have been an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type signing. Solskjaer knows the player well because Solskjaer was the one that gave Haaland his debut when he was at Molde. And Solskjaer and Woodward went to Norway to meet up with Haaland back in December. But yeah, Dortmund got him instead, and Dortmund only paid £17 million for him, and he has got a contract with Dortmund until 2024. Eduardo Camavinga, he's been another player on our agenda. But yeah, I think Manchester United need a centre-half, and we also need a right winger. We're also going to focus on the outgoings next year as well as the incomings, because there's still deadwood at the football club we need to get rid of. Now, I think next year we'll be looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard. We'll be looking to get rid of Phil Jones. We'll be looking to get rid of Rojo. We'll be looking to get rid of Sergio Romero, because Sergio Romero is now our third choice goalkeeper. I think we'll also be looking to get rid of Timothy Fosu-Mensah. A lot of United fans are expecting Paul Pogba to leave the football club next year. Matic, he could also be sold because Matic has now lost his place in the team. Where maybe Juan Mata could go. Dan James could go because he's been out of form and he's actually lost his place in the team. There's a few we could loan out. There's been obviously rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan in January to Southampton. Brandon Williams is now our third choice left back following the arrival of Alex Telles. And obviously there's been rumours of Dean Henderson going out on loan in January. Well, it actually said Henderson wants to go out on loan in January. But Solskjaer said prior to the game against Istanbul Başakşehir that he said that Dean Henderson wants to stay at Manchester United and he wants to play for Man United. Dean Henderson is our second choice goalkeeper, isn't he? So there you go. But yeah, there's a lot of players that we will keep at the club. Obviously, we'll keep Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is the foreseeable future for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford has really, really impressed me this season and he's improved under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. Rashford recently scored against Başakşehir, scored a penalty. He was quite poor in the West Brom game though, but the main explanation is because he wasn't fully fit. He just recovered from a shoulder problem. Rashford got an assist against Everton. He also has scored a few goals in the league this season. He scored a hat-trick against RB Leipzig, became the second Man United player to score a hat-trick as a substitute. He also scored late on in Paris. That was the second time he'd done that. A few weeks ago, Rashford turned 23. And Rashford's been a United player since the age of 7 and he's been in our senior squad since 2016. Against Başakşehir, we'll put Rashford on that right wing. Could he now remain in that position? He don't play on the right wing a lot, does he, Marcus Rashford? I think we will keep Anthony Martial. Now, Anthony Martial did very, very well against Istanbul Başakşehir. He was obviously playing on that left-hand side against Istanbul Başakşehir, and I think Solskjaer is happy with him now playing back on the left. More effective there. But a lot he has been playing centrally, Martial, especially last season. But prior to the Istanbul Başakşehir game, Martial has enjoyed a pretty poor start to the season. But Solskjaer explained why Martial has been struggling this season before the Istanbul Başakşehir game. Obviously because of the 3-match suspension he had in the Premier League. Anthony Martial got sent off in our 6-1 defeat to Tottenham, but in reality he shouldn't have been sent off. Now Martial's enjoyed a good 5 years or so at the football club. I think last season he was good under Ollie. He scored 23 goals last season. And he was also very, very good in his debut season under the Louis van Gaal era, was Martial. Now, we'll definitely keep Eriksen Cavani. He could possibly see out his contract at Man United. He's only short term now, isn't he? But I've got to say I've been very, very impressed with Eriksen Cavani. You know, he was very, very good against Başakşehir. That was his first start for Manchester United. I like the way he held up the play. Made some dangerous runs. His link-up play at times was very, very good. Eriksen Cavani made an impact when he came on against West Brom. He also scored his first goal for the football club in our 3-1 win against Everton, and he almost scored with his first touch when he came on against Chelsea. We got Eriksen Cavani on a free transfer, didn't we? Like I said, he signed a 2-year contract with the club worth around 230 grand a week, and he currently wears that number 7 shirt. Like I said to you yesterday, Man United have got a new front three of Rashford, Martial and Eriksen Cavani. And I think Ollie needs to stick with that, you know, attacking trio. Now, Mason Greenwood, Man United will definitely keep him. I think he's the foreseeable future for Manchester United. Now, Mason Greenwood's had a lot of issues this season. Obviously, he's had injuries as well. Don't forget, he was withdrawn from the England under-21 squad by Eddie Boothroyd. He was withdrawn from the England squad earlier on in the season with Phil Foden. Now, Greenwood has been out with illness, like Solskjaer confirmed. Greenwood obviously did get an assist in the game against Başakşehir. He got the assist for Daniel James's 4th goal. Didn't start but came on as a sub. At the start of this season, we give him that number 11 shirt. He's the 4th Manchester United player to wear the number 11. Mason Greenwood has got a contract with the club until 2023. But yeah, Solskjaer's been defending him in recent weeks. Solskjaer's explained that he's enjoyed a fantastic year. This is his 2nd season in the senior squad, isn't it? Now, we'll definitely keep Bruno Fernandes, foreseeable future for Man United. We'll definitely keep Donny van der Beek. I think he's a foreseeable future for Man United. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, though, has got to start Donny van der Beek in the Premier League, because Donny van der Beek has not yet made his full Premier League debut for the football club. But he has been getting his opportunities in the Champions League, hasn't he? He started against Istanbul Başakşehir and he was playing in that. He was playing in a deeper role, and I think that's his predominant position. He can play in like 3 different roles, like I've said. You know, against RB Leipzig, we put him in number 10, and you can also put Donny van der Beek out wide. He did reveal during the international break that Solskjaer had told him that he'll have to remain patient and wait for his opportunities. But he did say, Van der Beek, that he would have loved to have played a lot more at Man United this season. But he will, you know, get his opportunities in the league. He scored on his Premier League debut against Crystal Palace. We paid £40 million for him from Ajax. Now, I think we'll keep Fred. Fred has really, really impressed me. There's been a couple of games this season where he has looked off the pace, but I think in the vast majority of them he's been very, very consistent. I like the way he's broke up the play. He's showed good attacking intent. And he's played a lot alongside McTominay, hasn't he, Fred, this season? Obviously, against Besiktas, he was playing alongside Donny van der Beek. We paid like £47 million for Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk. Fred's got a contract on Man United till 2023. You know, Fred was an exceptional player during his time in Ukraine. I think we'll also keep Scott McTominay, even though I have got some element of concerns about McTominay. He's enjoyed some good games this season, but I don't think he's as good as Fred. That's my opinion. Just after the first lockdown, McTominay committed his future with the club anyway. He signed a 5-year contract with Manchester United, didn't he? Now, we'll obviously keep Alex Telles. Telles, he's definitely the foreseeable future for Man United. I think he's made a fantastic impact so far. Telles did very, very well against Besiktas. That game against Besiktas was his third appearance for the club in all competitions, and it was his second appearance in the Champions League. Telles was very, very good on his Premier League debut against West Brom, showed some good attacking intent and made some good overlapping runs, and he was good on his Champions League debut against PSG. We got Telles for around 15.4 million with add-ons included, and Telles signed a 4-year contract with the football club. Now, Luke Shaw, I think we'll keep him. My only element of concern about Luke Shaw is that he is injury prone. He's obviously now out with a hamstring injury, and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks with this. Luke Shaw had a couple of injuries last season, didn't he? But he was doing well till he got this hamstring injury. Luke Shaw's enjoyed a good 6 years or so at the football club. We paid around £30 million for him from Southampton back in 2014. We'll obviously keep Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire has really, really improved at Manchester United because he has bounced back from his early season troubles, because don't forget, Harry Maguire had that incident in Greece before the start of the season. He also sustained a few knocks, and he got sent off in England's 1-0 defeat to Denmark. But recently, Harry Maguire has been very effective in the air. His distribution's been very good. He's showed good attacking intent, and that's what I like to see. Harry Maguire is our current captain, and he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment because we got him in a deal worth £80 million. I think we'll keep Victor Lindelof for at least this season. I've got reservations about Victor Lindelof. You know, he's enjoyed quite a lot of bad games as a Man United player, and he's nowhere near on the same level as Harry Maguire. Victor Lindelof's enjoyed a good 3 years or so now at the football club. We paid like £31 million for him from Benfica back in 2017 now. Lindelof's got a back problem. He should be available though for the game on Sunday against Southampton. Now, Eric Bailly, I think we'll keep him for at least this season. Maybe he could go in the next couple of years. Eric Bailly's always injured, and that's my element of concern about him. He's obviously just recently recovered from a muscle injury. But he's a good centre-half, you know, when he's not injured, Eric Bailly. You know, Bailly's enjoyed a good 4 years or so now at the football club. We got him from Villarreal back in 2016 for like 30 million. Axel Tuanzebe, will keep him. I think he's the foreseeable future for Man United. He's played a few games since he came back from injury. He came on against Besiktas. I thought he might have started against Besiktas, to be honest with you. I think Solskjaer was talking about Axel Tuanzebe prior to the game against Chelsea earlier on in the season. He challenged Axel Tuanzebe to add consistency to ensure that he has a long career with Man United. But obviously, all is hopeful that he does remain injury-free. And Wan-Bissaka, we'll obviously keep him. He's definitely our foreseeable right back. And Wan-Bissaka's enjoyed good games this season at Manchester United. He's enjoyed a couple of bad games, but the games he's played well in, he's showed good attacking intent, and his defensive contributions been very, very good. This is Wan-Bissaka's second season at Manchester United. We got him in a deal worth £50 million from Crystal Palace in the summer of 2019. And David De Gea, I think he'll stay for at least this season. David De Gea has got no intentions of leaving the football club. He's happy at Manchester United. David De Gea, like I said, he will remain our number one this season. This is David De Gea's 10th season at the football club, so he hasn't been a long servant. But like I said, I have been impressed with him this season. Oh, so yeah, there's a lot of players that we will keep. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been Manchester United manager for almost 2 years. I think it's next month his 2-year anniversary at the football club. Now, Ole has got a contract with Man United until 2022. And this is his second full season at the football club. And I said if we could win a trophy this season, and if we could finish in the top four, that would represent a very, very good season for Manchester United, and that would give us something to build on. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could still be Man United manager in January. He may not last though until the end of the season. It just basically depends on how things go from now until, the end of the season. He has been under pressure at the football club as Ole, because we have enjoyed a poor start to the season, but we've been in good form recently because we've won our last 3 games in a row in all competitions. So a lot of pressure would have eased off him, reflecting on that. There's obviously been a lot of talks of Mauricio Pochettino becoming Manchester United's next manager. He's been the favourite to take over at the club. Obviously, there's been talks of Massimiliano Allegri coming in, and there's also been talks of Julian Nagelsmann coming in. But, we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers, and it wouldn't solve a lot anyway if we sacked Ole. I think the main explanation why Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. Disregarding him being a club legend, I think he would have been sacked by now. I really, really do. And like I said, there's issues at the football club that Solskjaer's got to solve. Like I've said so many times on my recent videos, he's got to solve the Paul Pogba issue. He's obviously got to identify his best 11, because I don't think Solskjaer knows his best 11. I think the 11 we went with against Besiktas was one of our strongest lineups. If we'd have played Paul Pogba instead of Fred, then I think that would have been our actual strongest lineup. I think, Solskjaer needs to select the right formation. He goes a lot with a 4-2-3-1 formation, doesn't he? He has gone a lot with that formation since he got appointed in as Manchester United manager, but in the big games, he's gone with a 3-5-2 formation. A few times he has gone with a 4-3-3 formation. You know what I mean? Ole has managed over 100 games as Manchester United manager, by the way, in all competitions, and I think he's won around 50 odd. But Ole has spent over £200 million since he became Manchester United manager, and he's enjoyed 4 transfer windows at the club. And to be fair, Ole has made some good signings. We've also seen a lot of players go since he got recommended in. Solskjaer did well in his first full season, which was last season. He has showed a lot of tactical flexibility in a lot of the big games. I like the way he has promoted the youth. So these positives to take, and we've also had some good periods under him. But I think he needs more backing at the football club because Ole hasn't been backed enough by the board. He hasn't been backed enough. The board didn't back him enough during the summer transfer window, but the board haven't backed any of the managers enough that we've had since Alex Ferguson left. And the board has been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years, affecting how poor our recruitment policy's been and that. You know what I mean? But yeah, the club will stick with Ollie for now. Woodward came out the other week and said Man United remain absolutely committed to Solskjaer despite our poor start to the season. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.